Hey guys, Paul here and welcome to another episode of Tech Central TV. On this week's episode, guys, I'm going to be reviewing spec cases and telling you which one is the best for your iPhone 6. Now guys, as you guys know, Spec has been reviewed many times and featured on this show because I love Spec products. They're really protective while maintaining that very slim portfolio for your iPhone. Now, Spec makes cases for a variety of different phones, including the iPhone 6 Plus, 6, 5S, Samsung Galaxy S6. I think they do make them for the HTC One M9 and M8 as well. And they do also make cases for the Apple Watch, which I find really cool. Now, for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, Spec technically has 4 levels of cases. They have the regular Candyshell here, then they have the Candyshell Inked, which is here, then they have the Candyshell Card, which is here, and then they have the Mighty Shell, which is their strongest level of protection. Now, the Candyshell, just the regular Candyshell does come with a faceplate, and the Candyshell and the Mighty Shell also comes with a faceplate option, which gives you protection on the front side of your phone as well. So guys, I'm going to be starting off with just the regular Candyshell, and here is my iPhone 6 here, and here is the Candyshell case. Now, this case is Spec's most popular case. It comes in many different colors, color combinations here. Here we have the black and blue, which is only available at Best Buy, which we have for you guys here because, you know, we hook you guys up. And so yeah, guys, as I said, this is the Candyshell case, and it is Spec's most well-sold case. And so guys, let's apply the iPhone 6 to the case itself. It's a bit tough to get in, not the easiest case. It's not really a snap-on, snap-off case. You do need a little bit of force just to put your iPhone in, but once it is in, guys, it is well protected. Now, I feel like my iPhone is extremely well protected on this with this case on. I feel like if I drop it, absolutely nothing would happen. And it still maintains that really slim design, which I love about Spec cases. You guys have that covered button feeling here, which gives you a bit more tactile response to your buttons. And you have the closed off bottom. Now, personally, I do prefer to have the sides opened and the bottom opened as well, just so that I don't have to, you know, put my charger in and try to figure out where the hole is and like that. But if you guys are looking for more protection, this is definitely the way to go. Spec's patented two-tone finish. They have the plastic on the inside, the soft rubber on the inside, and they have the hard plastic on the outside. Again, and today we have it in a blue and a black, but it also does come in a variety of different colors. For example, you guys can get it in a white or a just like a black and a purple and a pink. They have all sorts of colors. So yeah, guys, that was the Candyshell, just a regular Candyshell from Spec. Now I'm going to be showing you guys a step up from that, in my opinion, which is the Candyshell Inked. Now, just let me get this iPhone out here. This is the Candyshell Inked, and just like the Candyshell itself, it has the same body, but it does come in design, so they have like printed designs that they have. I find that this one is really cool because you guys have a bit more creativity with this one. You guys have that nice printed design on the back and around the sides, which I find really neat. Now, this case does come in a variety of different options. For example, we have here the flower design. I like this one a lot. Like if I were a girl, I think that this would be like my main case that I would go to because it's a really nice black and white flower print, and then the nice neon pink on the outside, which I find it's a nice case. And this is the blue with the, the black with the tie-dye blue, which I also love. This is one of my favorite Candyshell Inked cases aside from this one. I love this one a lot. So as you guys can tell, it does come in a variety of different colors and arrangements, but the one I have here is probably my favorite. This is the space one, and I forgot to mention that the Candyshell Inked does come with a matching wallpaper for your phone, which is really cool. So for the Candyshell Inked, you're getting it for $5 extra. I believe it's just $5 extra than the Candyshell, just a regular Candyshell, and same feature. So you guys have that good protection, the double layered protection on here. Same button style, same everything. It's identical to the Candyshell, except it does have that cool printed design on the back, which I really love. Now, the second last case that I have here is the Candyshell card. This one I believe is $10 more than the Candyshell, but be sure to check the links down in the description for the exact prices and links to where you guys can pick these up. So yeah, guys, as I said, this is the Candyshell card, and it holds up to 3 cards plus cash for your iPhone. Now, on the inside, we have, just like the Candyshells, the double layer protection. We have the nice rubber on the inside and the hard plastic on the outside, which I really love. So as I said, guys, you guys can fit 3 cards up in here and some cash, which I find pretty cool. And it doesn't add much thickness to your phone. Like, I have seen wallet cases that add a lot of thickness to your phone because of that compartment. But here, Spec has gone really minimalistic, and they've really gone down to basics and just took everything apart and redesigned the entire case to fit 3 cards up in here, which I find really cool. So if you guys are looking for an alternative to your wallet and you guys don't carry very many cards with you, I would highly recommend that you go with this one. It is spring loaded on the inside, which means that your cards will not fall out because there is a spring here that keeps them in place. Now, the one thing that I don't really like about this case is the fact that it is bulkier than the Candyshell. But again, you guys have to consider when you're fitting 3 cards in here, for the bulkiness of this case, I mean, there isn't really many other products out there that feature this level of protection and this many cards that you can fit up in this case. So it looks identical to the Candyshell and Candyshell inks on the inside, the same buttons, same everything, same level of protection, which you have on both of these cases, except that you guys can fit up to 3 cards, which I find pretty neat. So guys, the last case that I have here, which is the most protective case from Spec, is the Mighty Shell. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the Candyshell card does come in a variety of different colors. We have them here in a black and a white, and a black and a teal, which I find pretty cool. So again, this one comes in a variety of different colors as well for both genders, or gender neutral colors. So guys, back to the Mighty Shell. This is Spec's highest level of protection. You guys cannot get any better than the Mighty Shell, except for the Mighty Shell plus faceplate, which covers the front as well. But this is just the case itself, and it is a freaking monster, guys. This case can go through a lot of stuff, guys. It's a pretty epic case. We have, again, just like on the other cases, the two levels of protection. We have the nice rubber on the inside and the hard plastic on the outside. The plastic on this one is harder than the plastic on these ones. I find that the ones on the Candyshell scratch really easily because they're a high gloss finish, but the ones on the Mighty Shell are a matte finish, as you guys can tell on this one. And there's just a little like hair here or something. I don't know what this is. Anyways, doesn't matter. This is the Mighty Shell, and let's see what it looks like with the iPhone inside. One sec, guys. So you guys are gonna want to put the volume switches here. There we go, just like that, and the Mighty Shell should fit in perfectly with your iPhone. Now, this does add a bit more bulk than the Candyshell, just the regular Candyshells, because you guys are gonna get more protection on the front here. You guys are gonna get a raised bezel, so it's gonna protect for front-facing falls, and you guys get more protection on the back here because you guys have that solid plate on the back, which decreases flexibility, but it increases protection, which I highly enjoy. It's not like other cases that add a bunch of bulk to your phone. This one is really minimalistic for the amount of protection that you're getting. Really nice protection on all the corners, on the front and on the back. So 360 protection here, except for on the screen itself. But if you guys do want protection on the screen itself, they do have a Candyshell or Mighty Shell plus faceplate model, which does come with a faceplate on the front, so that you guys will have protection, full 360 protection, which I find really cool. The buttons are the same as on the Candyshells, except they're a bit more inside the case. They don't come out as much, but it's the same feeling. You guys get that nice and tactile finish on the buttons, and the rocker switch. That's the only other problem I have on this case, is that the rocker switch is fairly in ground on this case. You guys will need to reach just a little bit, but it's not too hard, not like other cases that I've seen where like it really covers the rocker switch. So it's not impossible, but for the amount of protection that you guys are getting, I would highly suggest you guys go with this if you're looking to get maximum, almost maximum protection on your phone while keeping that really slim finish. And just like the other cases, it does come in a variety of other finishes. We have it here in a matte black and in a clear, which I also find cool. So if you guys want to show off, you know, that new golden iPhone, I suggest you guys go with the clear one. So guys, that wraps up this week's video of the best spec cases for your iPhone 6. And out of all of them, I think I would go with the Candyshell inks just because it has that really nice design on the back, and it also comes with just as much protection as the Candyshell itself. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in next week for another video, and be sure to click the links down in the description below to get these products today. See you guys next week.